So, my character would be Mark Doty. He was born August 10th, 1953. He is 61 right now. His birthplace is Maryville, Tennessee. His partner, his first partner was Wally Roberts, died 1994 of AIDS. His new partner is Paul Liskey, another poet. He earned a bachelor's from Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa, then a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing from Goddard College in Plainfield, Vermont. First collection of poems was Turtle and Swan in 1987. Second collection, Bethlehem Broad Daylight in 1991. The second collection was viewed as a gay identity, which was in the time of AIDS epidemic, so not a lot of people really wanted to read his writing because he was gay. So, and they only believed that gay people could get that certain disease, but really, everybody can get it. So, and then his third collection was My Alexandra, was entirely informed about the AIDS. So, in 1989, Doty's partner Wally Roberts tested positive for HIV. A lot of his collections before that were a lot more happier, and then later on, and his other writings like Atlantis, when his partner Robert died in 1994. So a lot of his writing changed after that. So some of the writings that I have chosen are his poem that he wrote that I picked was called Turtle and Swan, his very first one. So I'm going to read it for you really fast. Because the road to our house is the back road, meadowlands punctured by gravel quarry and lumber yards, there are unexpected travelers. Some nights, on our way home from work, once on the lawn of Tool and Die Company, a swan, the word doesn't convey the shock of the thing, white architecture rippling like ponds, rain pocket skin, beak lifted to hiss at my approach, majestical, set down an elegant authority. He let us know exactly how close we might come after a week of long rains that filled the marsh until it poured across the road to make in a low woods a new heaven for toads. A snapping turtle lumbered down the center of the asphalt like an ambulatory helmet, his long tail dragged, blunt head jutting out of the lapidary prehistorical sleep of shell. We'd had lifted him from the road, but thought he might bend his long neck back to snap. I tried hurting him. He rushed through, though we didn't think those blocky legs could hurry, then ambled back to the center of the road, a target for kids who delight in the crush of something slow with the look of primal unvulnerability. Terribly. He turned the blunt spear point of his jaw, puffing his undermouth like a bullfrog, and snapped at your shoe, vising a beakful of, thank God, leather. You had to shake him loose. We left him to his own device, talked on the way home of what might lead him to New Marsh or old home ground. The next day you saw, one town over, remains the cell in front of the little liquor store. I argued it was too far from where we had seen him, too small to be his, though he could tell what the day we could tell what the days he might have taken from his body. For the days he became a stain, a blotch that could have been merely oil. I did not want to believe that we saw alive in the firm center of authority and right, to walk the center of the road, head up like a missionary, moving certainly into the country of his hopes. In the movies, in the small town, I stopped for popcorn while you went ahead to claim seats. When I entered the cool, dark I saw straight couples everywhere, no single silhouette. Who might be you? I walked those 2 aisles too small to lose anyone and thought of a book I read in 7th grade, Stranger Than Science, in which a man simply walked away. At a picnic and was in the act of striding forward to examine a flower gone by the time the previews ended. I was nearly in tears, then realized the head of one half of the couples in the first row was only your leather jacket, propped in the seat. That would be mine. I don't think I remember anything in the first half of the movie. I don't know what happened to the swan. Read every week of some man's lover showing the first symptoms, the night sweats or casual flu, and then wasting begins, and the disappearance of a day at a time. I don't know what happened to the swan. I don't know if the stain on the street was a turtle or some other. I don't know whether these things we might know briefly as well as we can, or they will let us go. I only know that I do not want you with your white and muscular wings that rise and ripple beneath above me, your magnificent neck, eyes, and deep, mottled autumnal colors of polished tortoise. I do not want you to ever die. So what I think this poem was about, personally, was, since Mark Doty was gay, that this was one of his lovers at one time, that he was worried that he didn't want him to suffer from having AIDS, I believe. And so I think that when he said, like, all the straight couples, so nobody else was gay around there, so yeah. And then so he had to, and then like when he talks about how like the white muscular wings, that would be like the swan, so he was picturing, so like the swan and the turtle were to describe his partner, because like like how he says the mottled autumn color of a Polish turtle or tortoises, and that was the color of his eyes, and then he was talking about like his neck, and then like the white muscular wings. So that's what I think personally. So I think that's why in this, so he was really afraid of his partner leaving him, and yeah.